Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. This video is gonna be focused on, I guess, behind the scenes of my travel over the summer. So I'm intending to go to China for like 4 months. Like I'll be going from the end of May to the middle of September. As we know, it's been the country's been in a lockdown for the better part of like 3 years, and since they're finally opening up and I've got family there, I thought it'd be like a great opportunity for me to visit them. The process for me to apply for a visa is kind of annoying and difficult as I have a British passport, so I thought I'd take you guys along with the process. I also want to talk about language barriers and how I'm going to prepare for that, because I'm conversational at Mandarin, but my family's from the northeast of China and there it's not as international. English isn't as spoken as other parts, so I really want to improve my Mandarin and be able to actually communicate and get by. I also want to take you guys through the packing process because I love to travel and therefore I do a lot of packing. It's also different because I'll be staying there for like 4 months, so I think my packing's gonna be like a little bit different as compared to if I was just staying somewhere for like 2 days. But yeah, let's get into the video. So regarding the visa, I will be applying for the Q2 visa. It is for people that have residence in China and it allows me to stay for 180 days and allows multi-entry. I'm not going to be applying for the tourist one, even though I'm sure the application process would be a lot easier, mainly because I don't think it allows multi-entry and it only allows me to stay for 30 days. In order to get the Q2 visa, I need an application form which I can get on the Chinese website. I need my passport and I need a photocopy of my passport. I also need a recent passport photo. I need an invitation from my uncle who I'm staying with in China and his resident ID to prove he's a Chinese citizen. Because I've applied for this visa before, I will need my passport with that visa in and a photocopy. There'll also be a fee. For a British citizen, it is around £150, but I think that changes depending on your nationality. I have all of this photocopied and I spent, I think, like half a day in the library photocopying and printing out the pages I need. What I am lacking though is a passport photo that's updated. I'm gonna do that now actually. I think Boots have photo booths like dotted around London, so I'm gonna find the one closest to me and take a photo. I'm also gonna flip the just poke myself. I'm also gonna flip this up mainly because it's not my passport photo. I don't want it to be on my visa photo either. I don't think it's as accepted in China as, especially the northeast of China, as it is in the UK, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Ta-da! Ta-da! I got it done. It's not that great. It's not like how the TikTok girlies do it, but it is done and I am happy. So yeah, now I have everything ready. It's gonna go in here. I have an appointment tomorrow at the embassy at 9:30 a.m. and I'll bring you guys along with me tomorrow so I can yell about the process afterwards. Good morning guys, so it is the next day. My appointment's at 9. Right now it's 8:15, so I'm gonna head to the embassy now. Bringing with me all my folder thingies and an umbrella and a water bottle. But yeah, I'll see you guys in there. Hi, so I'm back. My collection is next week on Friday, so I've got like 7 days, which is actually quite short. I thought it was gonna be like a longer visa turnover. They took everything apart from my old passport with my Chinese visa in, and it costed £151 for me. One thing I did forget was I was supposed to print out the visa confirmation email. They did have printers there and photocopy machines, but they charged you, so you needed like pound coins, like 50p's, £2, and I didn't bring any change with me. And I was like in a panic in the queue because I thought that, number one, I'm gonna have to go and take out money, then I'm gonna have to go buy a coffee to get the change. in order to print them out because the printing machines charge you. But I was like, let me just get to the end of this queue and see what happens. But luckily they didn't ask. It wasn't a requirement because I had everything else printed out and photocopied, so it was fine. But yeah, that's something to watch out for. Print out your email confirmation. So there were 2 queues I had to be in. The first queue was when I arrived. They just wanted to make sure you had everything, and then I showed them the email confirmation on my phone. They gave me a number. I waited to be called up, and when I was called up, that's when they took all the information away from me, and then they just left me with my old Chinese passport with the visa in. And then they gave me another number, which made me go downstairs, and then there I essentially just had to wait for payment. My appointment was at 9 and I left at 10:30, so it took me like an hour and a half to do it. But yeah, I shall see you next week to collect my visa. Hi guys, it's been a few hours since I collected my visa, but that's also because I had to go birthday present shopping. I always get really scared if there's like a long visa acceptance process because I'm like, I never know if I actually got it or not, and then I start second guessing myself. But I'm gonna book my flights to China over this weekend. I am booking them kind of last minute, so they are gonna be like a little bit more expensive. But yeah, that is the visa done. That's step 1 of my process completed. Step 2, learning Mandarin, or recollecting my Mandarin knowledge. Here I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to prepare for the Mandarin language barrier that I will encounter when I go to China. Basically, I will be in China for 4 months. None of my family speaks English. My Mandarin is definitely not fluent at all. And right now I'm really struggling because obviously I'm in the UK, I speak English every day, I barely speak Mandarin, if anything I don't. I find it very hard right now to translate simple sentences from English to Mandarin. My goal isn't to learn blocks of vocab, I just want to warm up my brain essentially. So how do I do that? The technique I mainly use is sentence mining. I wouldn't say it's a beginner's technique, so if you do want to use it, definitely learn the basics of a language first and then come back to it. Sorry about the outside noise, there is construction. What is sentence mining? It's essentially learning a language by taking words and understanding them in the context of the sentence they're put in. It's supposed to like replicate actually how babies learn a language because they don't learn blocks and blocks of vocab. But the main steps to sentence mining. Step 1 is pick a TV show or movie that you enjoy watching. I recommend TV shows mainly because it's longer, so you have more time to like study a language. It helps when you pick a TV show where the topic is relatively simple to understand. For example, if I was trying to learn English, the TV show I would pick would be Friends over The Big Bang Theory. Friends uses a lot more everyday language, whereas The Big Bang Theory is basically about a bunch of scientists, which use very like academic language that wouldn't benefit me in my everyday life. So I'd recommend picking a TV show that is very easy to follow. The TV shows actually I enjoy using for this is reality TV shows. It's less scripted and more natural, and I will have some recommendations for like good TV shows that I enjoy watching. Step 2, download an extension. You don't need this extension, but it definitely helps and it makes it a lot easier. So I like to use the Language Reactor extension. It has pinyin, it has the characters, and it has the English translation, and I like to apply it to Netflix movies, but it also applies to YouTube videos. So if there's a YouTuber you like watching, definitely use the extension on that channel, and you access it through Google Chrome. Step 3, open an Excel spreadsheet. In my Excel spreadsheet, I only have 5 columns that I use, and this is really important, but you essentially go back and forth between your open Netflix or YouTube with the extension or without, your choice, to the Excel spreadsheet. And this is what I mean when I say it's not a beginner's technique. Pick a sentence that you understand 90% of it, you just need clarification on one word. And then I basically get that definition of the word and learn the definition of the word in the context of the sentence. If I do not know multiple words in that sentence, I will not choose it. And the goal is to isolate a single word, and you can build your vocabulary from there. And this is how I familiarize myself with Mandarin. This doesn't take long. I think it can be quite fun, especially if you choose a TV show that you really like. Something that I also found quite fun is that there is a Chinese bookshop in Chinatown, and I did go there, and I found a book that had Mandarin in the front and English in the back. But this is the book. It has Mandarin as the front, as you can see, and the back it's just all English. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, and I started like translating a little bit of that. It's not the easiest and I think it's quite tedious. Oh, quickly, I do want to say with the Chinese book I mentioned, it's not good if you want to learn Mandarin quickly and efficiently. It's definitely more of a slow burn type thing. So I wouldn't say this is the first port of call at all if you want to learn a language. I actually don't really like using textbooks when I learn a language, mainly because I don't think it fully replicates how the natives speak. I think it's good for vocabulary. My issue is the native Mandarin speakers, they use slang, they pick up accents, and they shorten words. And I feel like there's only like a very few ways to learn that, and I think a textbook doesn't do it justice. But maybe that's because I don't know any good textbooks, so let me know if you guys know any. I will bring a dictionary with me because, again, it's just vocab. I also would recommend podcasts and music, especially when I was really struggling with motivation. I would listen to some of my favorite Chinese songs and just translate those lyrics. And you can do it using sentence mining as a technique. And I'd also say you can do this with Western music as well. There's a bunch of artists on YouTube that do covers in Mandarin, and you can basically just translate them. Also, Chinese podcasts are quite good as well. There are podcasts that use very friendly language for a learner. I would actually say most podcasts do, because especially if they're not focused on a specific topic, it is very much your average day speaker. But yeah, this is just a brief overview of how I like to familiarize myself with Mandarin. I do want to say my intention isn't to be able to write it or necessarily read it. This is just how I get into a more Chinese speaker mindset. But yeah, I'll link all the resources that I use down below. On to the packing. Hello, we are in the packing portion now of this video. I apologize for my hair. I went to sleep with it wet and I woke up with it like this. Although this is a China video, I'm not just going to China, I'm also going to Vietnam and Korea. So we're gonna also pack for that. I also have a lot of family I need to see and give gifts to, so half of my suitcase is gonna be full of gifts. So I need to be quite efficient with the other half of the suitcase because that needs to last me for like 4 months. I'm gonna bring this suitcase. It's a hard suitcase, and the thing is, because I haven't seen my family in ages, I have a bunch of gifts to give them. So, what I was thinking, all of this would be for gifts, and this side is just gonna be basically for like clothes, because I'm not gonna take this to Vietnam or Korea. I also need to bring like a backpack. So I need to somehow fit this in it as well. Like, I think it's doable. I just have to be like very efficient with my packing. I like packing quickly. I don't think like I take long to pack, so we're gonna try to do this today. I have a lot of presents to give. So I have 4 packets of dates, 2 tins of waffles, some biscuits, some chocolate. We have Swiss chocolate here, we have some German chocolate here, and we have some Middle Eastern chocolate here. Then we have some perfumes. Then I also have some Arabic instant coffee. And finally, some herbs. That should be it. That's gonna be the whole presents, and yes, it's taken half of the suitcase. Clothes-wise, I do have all my clothes laid out here. So I have 4 long dresses. I really like long and like formless dresses. Then I have 1 shorter dress that's still just as formless. I have another outfit that is just as formless. And then I just have like 3 tops. 2 shorts, and this is like a loose pair of trousers, and this is like a cover up. And then I also have some like athletics wear because I also want to go running. So I have 2 pairs of shorts and 2 t-shirts, and then I have here, which is just like a little cover up. But yeah, that's gonna be the clothes I'm bringing. I'm also gonna be like packing underwear and socks as well. I'm gonna try to fit them all in one of these zip-up bags. I also want to say I do have access to a washing machine and like a dryer when I'm there, which is why like I didn't pack as many clothes. As long as I have enough clothes to last me a week, it should be okay. I also don't have much room, so for 4.5 months this is just gonna have to do, and if I need more then I'm just gonna have to buy it. But I think I should be fine with these outfits. I might have to be smarter at folding these. These are all my clothes. I don't think I've done that bad of a job at packing them in here, so I'm quite lucky actually. My airport outfit is also going to be like a pair of jeans, a t-shirt probably similar to this, if not this t-shirt, and a jumper. So I will also be bringing those as well. That's going in this side. I just realized it also opened up. I'm gonna repack. I'm gonna redistribute my clothes then. Okay. Ta-da! This is all redistributed. I really hope it's able to fit. If not, I'm just gonna have to... I don't know what I'll do if it doesn't fit. The second thing I'm going to be bringing is toiletries. Because this is going to be in my check-in luggage, I'm not that bothered of whether they're like over 100 milliliters or not. I'm going to bring some toner, some face wash, and then I have a bunch of serums, which I like. And I'm going to bring 2 sun creams mainly because I'm running low on both, so I thought I'll just bring both. And some moisturizer. And I'm going to fit them all in here. I'm also going to bring some hairbands, and I'm going to bring some eye makeup, and I'm just going to use one of these hairbands to tie them around because I might need an antigen rapid test when I come back to China from Vietnam and from Korea. I'm gonna bring these with me as well, which are just the Flow Flex antigen rapid tests. I'm also going to bring medication and insect repellent, especially for when I'm in Vietnam. I'm a very light sleeper and, you know, I also like sleep. So I'm gonna bring with me some earplugs and an eye mask. I don't bring the ones like from home. I always bring the ones that you get on planes when they're like free and they kind of give you eye masks and some like toothpaste. I kind of just take these and I just keep them because I know I'm always gonna need them later. So that's gonna be my toiletries. I'm also gonna bring my toothbrush and toothpaste, but I'm using it right now, so I'll do that last minute. Another thing I'm gonna bring is, now this is very like personal to just me. I can understand people thinking, why is she bringing this? But for me, I enjoy bringing it. I like making space in my suitcase for it, so I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring, number one, a pencil case. I'm gonna do uni work when I'm there, just in case, you know? You always need a pen. Because I also wanna like, you know, I wanna improve my Mandarin when I'm in China. I'm also gonna bring a Chinese book that I'm just gonna translate as a hobby. And I have like a travel journal that I just like to write things down, my daily activities, what I've done, what I've seen, what I've eaten, and I write it down all in here. And then I've also got some tape and just some stickers. For short trips, I would just stick the stickers in beforehand, but because it's a longer trip, I kind of want to bring them because I can't plan out 4 months of space to write in. So these are going to be more my recreational stuff I'm going to bring. Finally, I'm going to bring some shoes. Shoe-wise, I'm thinking of bringing either 3 or 4 shoes. 2 of them are going to be like sandal-like, so I've got sandals here. I've also got sandals here, although these are really dirty. I will be bringing definitely like 1 pair of trainers that I don't mind getting dirty. Maybe these, which are kind of grimy. I need to clean these shoes actually before I take them. I also want to bring my running shoes, but we'll see how many fit first into my suitcase. So actually, luckily, all of them fit. I've 1 there, 2 here, but let's try closing this up and seeing how it goes. Okay, so that closed relatively well. I was quite happy with that. I was also quite surprised. I didn't think it was going to close that easily. So this is going to be like my check-in luggage, and then for my hand luggage, I'm just going to bring this rucksack. I'm just going to bring my laptop, any electronics, all the adapters I need. But that's all my packing essentially done now. I just need to open this up and clean some shoes and then put my underwear in there, and then I'll be fine. And all my important documents I will be keeping in a handbag of mine. I got a second hand, but I was so happy I bought this because although it's quite small, it fits quite a lot. Like it can fit a small water bottle, it fits my umbrella inside, it fits my camera inside as well. And my camera's kind of chunky, but yeah, I fit it in this bag. But yeah, that is my packing done. I don't need to do anything else now until the flight. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and